Hollywood. Let's go a ballyhooly Hollywood.
Welcome to Pollywood. This is Roger Simon.
And Lionel Chetwynd.
And this is James Cameron.
Which one?
Which one is a good question. Well, Lionel, what do you think? James Cameron has gone to the Amazon to research Avatar 2. What do you think about this?
What I thought was, when I saw it, I was reminded of the story of Tippi Hedren, who went to Otto Preminger and said, Mr. Preminger, you are a schmuck. You are the world's biggest schmuck. Everyone knows you're a schmuck. The whole set knows you're a schmuck. The cameraman knows you're a schmuck. All the actors know you're a schmuck. Your agent knows you're a schmuck. In fact, if there was a contest of the world's biggest schmuck, you'd come second. He said, only second? He said, yeah, because you're such a schmuck. Well,
now we know James, who came in first.
No, I don't know. This man, James, I got to tell you something, James, or Jim, if I can call him. Can I call you Jim? We're Hollywood people. If you're really worried about governments building dams and starving out people, come to California. We have a government who is starving with dams, our central valleys of water. Money is, the price of fruit and vegetables going up all over the country because of a rude government that won't listen to people. And the people that are starving, honestly, they wear exactly the same flip-flops as these guys. They got the same kind of porch furniture these guys have. Nikes. They got the same kind of Bermuda shorts. Honestly, come to California and save us from our government.
No. I think it's better he stays there.
However, what a jerk. I mean, what a jerk.
It's pretty comical, I have to say that.
How seriously do you have to take yourself, Roger?
Well, this guy is pretty serious. Remember, think back to the days of the Titanic when he called himself, I'm king of the world. Anyone who can say he's king of the world, I mean, this is small cheese. This is just like, just saving the Amazon.
It is so, I mean, it's Sean Penn, there's a madness. This is a guy who calls Glenn Beck an effing a-hole, who does nothing but come on the air and say, read this book, and here's what I read, here's what I saw. I mean, I do not understand. You got to explain it to me. I mean, it's gone beyond, it's reached a critical mass now with these people with whom we have lived and worked our adult lives.
Well, this guy must have, helium in his brain to expand the narcissism. I don't know what it is. But, what's kind of amazing about this is that, of course, he doesn't bother to do any, just about 10 minutes on the internet, going to see what's up with that and the free library and so forth, you can discover that the situation in the Amazon around this dam and all this stuff isn't so simple.
No, but you know what I know. It's not about the dam. It's not about climate warming. It's about me. It's about me.
James Cameron.
I must be seen. The uses of celebrity are multifarious. These guys, I don't understand it. Now, we have, on the other hand,
our friend John Voight, who on Pajamas Media this morning has a letter to the American people from April 10th that was pretty tough on Obama. I think everybody should read it. I'm not going to read it out here because John actually read it himself on the Huckabee Show on April 10th.
By the way, and if you saw that, the most important and significant thing to know is he read this thing, very courageous, says that these are Alinskyeites, they are trying to take over this country, and really spoke honestly and truthfully and gave no quarter in describing what is happening to our country at the hands of its current government.
President Obama uses his aggression and arrogance for his own agenda against the will of the American people when he should be using his will and aggression against our enemies.
And Huckabee's first thing was say, well, I like him. I like Obama. He shouldn't have been, I'm running for president. I don't want to offend anyone. Well, so anyone who liked Huckabee, get off that bandwagon. He ain't running for nothing. This guy has not got the spine. John Voight in this thing has shown such spine, and he quotes the book. He says, get the book. Get Alinsky's book. Read what these people are doing. The Alinskyeites are the ones in the government, the smart ones. James Cameron are the useful idiots.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. Knowing John a little bit, as I do, he's still got a career. He's a terrific actor. Where does he get the guts?
Well, sometimes when you talk to John, you think he's disconnected. I think he's disconnected from that part of Hollywood that I think he's had a journey. I've known him for a long time. And I think that John's journey has taken him to understand that there are things more important than his celebrity, more important than his career. And so he stepped outside of that and became, and used the megaphone for things that he thought were more important. And he discovered, lo and behold, that his talent and skill and value was so great, but he didn't know that. He did not know when he stepped outside the charmed circle that he would survive it.
Now, here's an interesting thing. I traveled with John to Geneva back in almost a year ago now when we were covering the Durban 2 conference.
Right.
And so I got to see him a lot interacting with people who were fans, like come up to him in a hotel lobby or, on the street. because he's recognizable, of course, in Switzerland as well. And he's very gracious. He's a really nice man, terrific with them. He didn't make political speeches either. He just said, "Hi, nice to see you." I mean, it was kind of a pretty straightforward person with that. I guess he had somewhere good genes, good parents. I don't know what it is.
He understands who he is, I think.
Yeah.
And he understands what he's doing. Now, contrast that, however, with Barbara Streisand, someone else whom I know en passant. Barbara Streisand has always been very vocal in her support of Israel. Certainly catered to Jewish audiences. Israel lives in a neighborhood filled with rapists. And this government is bit by bit ripping every shred of clothing off her body. I want to know from Barbara Streisand, you know this guy, you're a big deal in the Democrat Party. Why can't you speak up? You know, it's easy to go to the Amazon and hang out with a bunch of guys in Target Cherokee shorts and flip-flops. It is easy. If you got the money to fly first class to Rio, it's easy.
Yep.
You know, it's hard.
It's hard to stand up to the president.
It's hard to stand up. You know, it's the old Carl Foreman line. You're going out to Hollywood, watch out for those, the fearless defenders of the safely contentious. There are serious problems in the world. There are serious problems in the country. I'm joking about the Central Valleys. It's not a joke. It is not a joke. People are going to be paying more for their fruits and vegetables, and nobody's doing anything about it. The destruction of the state of Israel, which was once unthinkable, is now no longer unthinkable, thanks to this government. And you have a community, jokes are made about Hollywood being a Jewish enterprise.
It isn't entirely a Jewish enterprise anymore. It was a Jewish enterprise at its beginning on the business ends to a great extent.
On the business end, so it was always overstated.
No, it was always overstated. But there's still, you know, there are Jews in show business. Everybody knows that, and there are famous names among them. Steven Spielberg, David Geffen, and all of these people. And we have heard nothing from any of them, let alone Barbara Streisand, at this particular moment when Israel is in jeopardy and when the administration has absented itself from the protection of Israel. So it's you know, I have no explanation.
All right, we have to invite such an audience as we have to somehow add their voice to ours if they agree with us. Between now and the next Hollywood, we need to set up some link, someplace where they can go and they can write a letter and it will be heard somewhere or some way to register, because the people in Hollywood are insulated from their audience.
I think they want it's deliberate. They don't want to hear this stuff. They want to protect their lives, and they somewhere deep down they know. But if if the audience comes and says, "Hey, Steven Spielberg, get with it. Something's going on here," then something will happen. Maybe. If that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a kind of a down-home tea party in Beverly Hills Park. That would be fun.
On the lawn of the Beverly Hills Hotel.
No, I mean something where some voice needs to be heard. I mean, essentially, I was in Canada, and some guy said, he said, "You're kidding yourself." He said, "I don't see people pouring into the streets." I said, "Well, we're not Europeans." But in fact, I suppose the tea parties are that. This is our version of the communes of Paris and going to the ramparts. Something needs to be done. Something needs to be said. Voices need to be raised because they are beggaring our country. And it's so easy to make fun of. I mean,
James Cameron.
Cameron.
I mean, if you look at those slides, as I'm sure the audience has been looking at.
My favorite one is the one with the staff and his mouth is grimly set.
Right.
He said, "I should have gone here before I made Avatar." Right. I mean, what an admission of, if you had gone there, you would have realized you would have had the Pandorites, whatever they're wearing Bermuda shorts and Nikes. I mean, you would have made it real.
Right.
Keep it real, man. But he doesn't. I mean, it's just this admission of everything is a priori. And maybe it's one of the reasons Hollywood is dying. Maybe it's one of the reasons that we're losing our centrality to the rest of the world.
All right, I'll wrap it up with this. Maybe James Cameron will do something good. He'll bring back some herb that will revive us all from the Amazon. With that, this is Roger Simon.
Could it be a weight loss herb?
Weight loss herb for Roger and Lionel. Okay, this is Roger Simon.
And Lionel Chetwynd. Next
time in Pollywood, and we'll have something for you to write your Congress star.
Hooray for Hollywood. That's gooey, bally, hooly, was.